Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video, I'll be ranking all of the passive businesses in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's quite a bit. Seems like almost every update, Rockstar's adding some new way of making passive money. The latest update for the bottom dollar, we obviously have the bail agents, which are going to make you money passively. And we also have previous businesses like the Acid Lab, which is also quite new, and that will also earn you quite a bit of money. So, in today's video, as I said, we're going to be breaking into all these businesses. If you enjoy it and you'd like to see more like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. We are going to start off with the motorcycle club businesses, and there are quite a few of them. In general, the only one that is worth your time as a solo player is the Coke Lockup. And that is because the Coke Lockup is actually going to earn you decent money hourly, around $100,000 an hour, which is pretty good. And even though the sale missions can take a while, you're still making around $400,000 in capital gain, even if you add in the $150,000 you are spending on resupply costs. So because of that, I do think out of all the motorcycle club businesses, the Coke Lockup is really the only one you're going to want to invest in. The other businesses, well, they are quite mediocre. For example, we are currently doing a sale mission for the Weed Lockup. And the Weed Lockup, well, I'm going to make around $300,000 in the sale mission. But you also have to remember that I have to spend money to get my supplies, $150,000 to get a full stock, which means that I'm actually only earning around $200,000-ish from the sale mission. That's not a lot of money, especially when the average completion of a delivery, if you're getting planes, boats, or helicopters, bikes, is going to take you around 20 minutes on average. We got lucky that we got the truck here, and even with this truck, it is still pretty painful to actually drive from point A to point B, especially with the weed factory, because I'm literally high and can't drive the truck. But that's besides the point. You are not making enough money hourly with these properties to make them worth the time. The sale missions take too long for the amount of money you're getting, and because of that, just don't waste your time with motorcycle club properties. They are good to buy for the nightclub, which we'll be breaking into in a moment, but in general, they are a waste of time, they are a waste of money. The only one that you'll really want to be using is the Coke Lockup. Speaking of the nightclub, how about we break into this property next? I'd be willing to say the nightclub is the best passive business in the game, and it's for two reasons. First of all, we have the nightclub popularity and your wall safe. As we can see, I've already collected my money from the wall safe, but if your nightclub popularity is set to the max, $50,000 every 48 minutes is going to appear inside of that safe. It's a lot of money for very little effort. We can see on my map here that I have a troublemaker inside of my nightclub, and if I simply kick that troublemaker out, I'm not only going to make $10,000, but I'm also going to increase my nightclub popularity. It's very easy to do, and it's going to earn you a lot of money. The other way of making money with your nightclub is the warehouse management tab. In the front of us, we have 5 technicians set to different properties. We have 2 CEO businesses, being cargo and shipments and sporting goods, and then we have 3 motorcycle club properties, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creation. You do not need to own a weed lockup or a document forgery, as these are the 2 worst in earning, not only in actual motorcycle club business earnings, but as well in the actual nightclub. So you will need to own a Coke Lockup, a counterfeit cash factory, and a math lab. However, this isn't too big of a deal. You don't actually need to upgrade any of the equipment on your math lab or any of the motorcycle club properties to actually earn money in your nightclub. You just need to own the property and make sure that they are running. So leave a teeny bit of product, make sure it's not shut down. You can see a shutdown business like my printing and copying, I can't use. I'd have to restart production. But as long as your business hasn't been raided and you do have just a teeny bit of product available, you are going to be making money with the nightclub, which is super easy. And as we can see, going to the sell goods tab, I have $603,000 worth of my nightclub for literally never lifting a finger, but just pressing the sell button. Now that is quite nice. And look at that. My nightclub has actually made $50,000 while we have been on the computer there. So just a great way to showcase how you can earn some extra cash. So in general, the nightclub is a very easy property to use, and that puts it into the S tier with the fact that it can also earn so much passive income with really almost no effort whatsoever. That brings us to the agency, which is actually one of my favorite passive incomes in the game, mainly because it's a truly passive business. All you need to do is collect the money. You don't really need to do much else. Well, I guess you need to do quite a bit of early work, but once you've done it, you don't need to do it ever again, because the agency's passive income is a permanent fixture. Let me explain. Hopping on to our agency computer, as we can see, I have VIP contract, which earns you $1 million for doing the Dr. Dre storyline, and we also have security contracts. Security contracts are a great way to make a quick amount of cash. Right now, we have some that are worth $30,000 to $40,000, but what's great is the more you do, the better jobs you get sent to you, upwards of Specialist Plus, which is getting $60,000 to $70,000 for only 3 to 4 minutes of work. That's really nice, especially when it adds to your passive income. You see, every 5 security contracts you complete are going to give you $500 additional every 48 minutes inside of the wall safe right here. And it stacks up to a total of 200 security contracts. In other words, $20,000. So you can make $20,000 every 48 minutes if you complete 200 security contracts for life. That is incredible. You never need to lift a single finger once you have done this. So it is easily one of the best passive businesses out there because you don't need to do anything. I mean, you can literally leave your game AFK, come back, and you'll have some extra money in your bank account. So I would definitely recommend to get the agency and get those security contracts done because they're not only a great way of making some quick money, but they also give you passive income, which is way, way more beneficial. The agency itself is an incredible property to own, and the fact that it has the passive income paired in is just amazing. I would say the agency itself is an S-tier property, and the passive income is also S-tier because you literally never need to do anything once you've started it. Now we arrive to the newest property in the game, which is the bail office, and we can see I have 2 agents here. These agents are pretty expensive, around $1.5 million to get both of them. And every 48 minutes, they are going to appear inside of your little office here. You're just going to walk up to them, do exactly what I've done, send them out into the field of duty. They're going to come back in 48 minutes with around $7,500 each. That's it. Every 48 minutes, you're making about $15,000. It's not that bad, to be fair. If you do plan on playing GTA for a while, you will make your money back eventually. But it is still really annoying that they only bring you back around $7,500. I would much rather have this property bring you back $15,000 per agent, because then it would be a lot easier. But the nice thing is the game tells you when they've arrived at your property. So all you need to do is go to preferences and scroll until you find the bail office like I have. And then if you load into a new lobby, it's only going to take you around 10 to 20 seconds to do so. And you can quickly assign your bail agents to go get you money. So because of that, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You will make money over time with it. But in terms of actual passive income, this is going at a solid C tier. It doesn't earn any money. The agency earns more per hour. Not only that, but the agency is a permanent fixture. So, yeah, it's not hard to make money with this property, but it also doesn't really make money. So, yeah, it's going to be a C tier property for me. And that brings us to the Acid Lab, which is one of the best beginner businesses, especially for passive. I'm not going to say it's the best passive out there. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, the Acid Lab's S tier. And don't get me wrong, it's really good money. And it's a single vehicle sale mission, which makes life incredibly easy. But at the same time, you're not making that much for a sale mission. It's $335,000. You're spending about $150,000 on product. So you're only earning around $200,000 to, $180,000 every time you do a sale mission. You're really only earning big bucks when you sell in a public lobby. But there are some ways to increase the money you get. For example, we can see here, I'm going to hop onto these little beakers and I can actually boost my Acid Lab production doubled for the next 48 minutes. And then I have to wait 24 hours before I'm able to do this again. But it is still quite nice that you have the ability to boost your Acid Lab production, especially if you don't play the game too much. This is a really easy way to make some extra money. The Acid Lab's great because it's a mobile vehicle. The whole property itself is mobile, which means you can call it in wherever you are rather than having to go to a set location. And not only that, but the vehicle is heavily armored. The Acid Lab, the Brigade 6x6, I should say, can survive upwards of 60 homing missiles. In other words, good luck destroying it. Thing's a frickin' tank. And as I mentioned, they are single vehicle sale missions. In fact, this is the vehicle right here you are going to use the sale missions in. So in general, the Acid Acid Lab is a great business for many reasons. And the final 2 reasons are, first of all, you cannot get raided, which is obviously really, really nice. And calling Mud on the phone allows you to resupply your Acid Lab wherever you are. We can see I can buy supplies for $48,000. All these things make the Acid Lab amazing. It's not the best, but it is quite a solid business, especially for how easy it is to get your hands on. So because of that, I'm going to put the Acid Lab in the A tier category. Next, we have the Bunker, which is actually a really good passive business. It's earning around $85,000 every hour, which is quite good, especially because you don't need to do much when it comes to the Bunker. You buy supplies and then you sell. That's it. It's not as easy as the Acid Lab, but it does hold a lot more money than the Acid Lab. You can sell upwards of $1 million to Los Santos. And with the 50% bonus selling in a public lobby as well, yeah, you can make a lot of cash with the Bunker. Chance of being raided is almost non-existent, and the Bunker itself is just a really cool property to own. Owning an arcade makes life a lot easier because instead of having to go to your Bunker to resupply, you can simply hop over to your arcade and do the resupply there. So in general, I think the Bunker is a fantastic property. It's definitely not the best, but the fact that it has good income and you don't need to stress too much about it, plus it can store a lot of cash, means that it's actually quite a solid one at that. I think I'd put the Bunker into the A tier category as well, right up there next to the Acid Lab. Speaking of the arcade, that is what we are currently going to be breaking into, as this does have some passive income. As we can see, I have a wall safe right in front of me, and this wall safe has a lot of cash, $75,000 sitting in it. We can see that my entire arcade is filled with slot machines. Monkey's Paradise, to be exact. It's the cheapest slot machine, and you can put it in every available slot. Filling up all of your slot machine positions will allow you to earn $5,000 every 48 minutes, permanently. So you don't need to do anything, which is really nice. It's not that much money, but I think at this point I've earned more money on my $5,000 every 48 minutes than it cost me to buy the property, so it is actually quite nice. The other thing that's great about the arcade is the fact that you have the Master Control Terminal in the basement. We can see that right here. The Master Control Terminal allows you to mess with all of the other properties you have sitting around the map. So if we hop onto our computer here, we can mess around with the Nightclub, the gun running supplies, which is the Bunker, our motorcycle club product, even our vehicle cargo and document forgery. In general, the Nightclub and all these other important businesses you should usually be running inside of your arcade. And this is a way to save a lot of time and a lot of money. So because of that, I think the arcade is an absolutely mandatory property if you want to really get as much money as possible out of all of your passive businesses. Plus, you can literally do the Diamond Casino heist with this property, making it all worth it to begin with. And as I said, the arcade has passive income itself, which is not much, but it still is passive income. So add all these things together, and I'm putting the arcade in S tier. It really is an S tier property. That brings us to the final 2. First of all, we have the Hangar, which doesn't feature too much passive income, but I guess it's still something, and that is using Rooster McCraw. Making our way to the crates we have lined up in our hangar. We can see Rooster sitting in the corner here, and simply paying Rooster $25,000, he is going to go source us some crates. He's either going to come back with 1 or 2. If he comes back with 1, it's worth $30,000 and we're making a $5,000 profit. If he comes back with 2, then we're making a $35,000 profit. So either way, you're making money. It's really easy to use. It's just not that much money, especially because it is once every 48 minutes. But again, it's free cash, so I would still recommend to use him if you own a hangar. I'm going to rank the hangar in the C tier category. It doesn't earn much money, but it also doesn't really take any effort to use, so it's alright, but it's definitely nothing impressive. Now we arrive to an absolute Giga Chad way of making money, which is paying your warehouse assistants $7,500 in any special cargo warehouse you own. The larger the warehouse, the more money you are going to make. Large warehouses, if you own 5 of them, is going to be $144,000 on average every 48 minutes, which is quite nice. And it should only take you around 3 to 5 minutes to pay all of your associates around the map on the warehouses you own, and then you just have to wait another 48 minutes. Something that's also great is that you don't even have to be logged on the game for the 48-minute countdown. For example, when you have normal passive businesses, let's say like the bunker, if I close my game, the bunker is no longer going to be earning me money, and once I log back on, it will resume its progress of turning product into supplies. However, when it comes to the cooldown on your special cargo, you can literally close your game, come back 48 minutes later, and you will have crates sitting in your warehouses able to redo. That's really nice, because it means you can restock your CEO right before you go to sleep, or log off for the day, come back on the next day, and resupply immediately. So it's really, really easy to do. As I said, this is earning around $144,000 every hour, which actually makes this the highest earning of all the passive businesses, right up there next to the Nightclub. So that's actually really good, and I'm putting this into the S tier. And that brings us to the final passive income in the game, and that is the motorcycle clubhouse. This is one a lot of people don't really think of, and to be honest, I was tempted not to put it in the video because it's so useless. The motorcycle clubhouse allows you to have a stocked bar by resupplying it, and it's pretty useless. I'm going to be completely honest. I would not recommend to waste your time on this. But it is a way to make passive income. What you're going to do is collect supplies which are stashed somewhere on the map. I don't even know where the heck they are. But you're going to go collect supplies that are stashed on the map. You're going to bring them back over to your motorcycle clubhouse, and you're going to earn like $9,000 every 48 minutes or something absolutely useless. It's a waste of time. Missions like the agency payphone hit's going to earn you 10 times as much anyway, so just don't waste your time with this. This is going into the F tier, to be completely real. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all of the passive income that I am at least aware of in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm pretty sure I listed all the businesses available in the game, so let me know if I did miss any. And as always, if you would like to see more content like this in the future, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it does take a lot of time and effort to post these videos. Plus, I'm on 0 hours of sleep, and it's 7 in the morning, so, yeah, the dedication to the GTA grind. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.